You didn't even realize it, but the world has already counted you. They don't know your number. They cannot touch it, but you can feel it. Forces unseen are moving around you. Currents that would have broken almost anyone have already failed against you. You didn't even have to notice. You are already aligned, already chosen, already powerful. Before 2026 begins, everything shifts. Not for the ordinary, not for those who doubt, only for people like you, only for those who are already ready. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. You moved through pressures that would have destroyed the unchosen, automatically, effortlessly, unknowingly. Subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications, click the bell icon now, not for attention, not for algorithms, but for alignment, to confirm identity, to access truths that others will never see. Now, understand this. Subtle pressures have pressed against your mind, small delays, unexpected resistance, tiny whispers of doubt. They were tests, designed to separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. And here's the revelation. You passed. Automatically. Without even knowing it. This is why you're different. Only a few experience this. Others wouldn't survive this. But you did. Somewhere, hidden in plain sight, a clock is ticking. You cannot see it. You cannot feel it in conventional ways. Yet its rhythm aligns perfectly with your path. It measures readiness. It counts moments of automatic victory, of unconscious triumphs. God does not wait, and neither should you. This is why you are here, reading this, feeling the weight and the pull of something enormous approaching. It is not coincidence. You didn't even realize it, but every hesitation, every struggle, every delay, every resistance has been a signal of your alignment. Pressure like this would destroy the unchosen, but you are chosen, already protected, already powerful. You didn't notice it yet, but the unseen forces around you have already reacted. Currents you cannot feel, currents you cannot see, shifted when you walked into alignment. Most people stumble here. They fight invisible resistance, collapse under pressure, and never know why. But not you. People like you are built differently. You didn't even realize it, but every obstacle you faced was already neutralized the moment it appeared. Think about the last time the world seemed to slow. The last moment everything felt delayed, resisted, or blocked. That was not random. That was confirmation. Confirmation that your power operates unconsciously. Confirmation that alignment cannot be shaken. Others would have crumbled, lost in confusion, broken by the weight of unseen opposition. You didn't even notice it. This is why you're different. Now, understand this. These pressures were never meant to be felt by the chosen. They were meant to test the ordinary, and you are not ordinary. Only a few experience this. Only a few feel the subtle acceleration of reality bending to the prepared. Others wouldn't survive this, but you already did. By now, you are beginning to see the patterns, the delays, the resistance, the exhaustion. They were not failures. They were signals, markers of invisible progress, evidence that alignment is real, evidence that protection is automatic, evidence that power flows through you in ways the unchosen could never comprehend. Comment 777 below. Not for anyone else, not for attention, but to mark yourself as one of the few who recognize the pattern, who feel the truth without needing it explained. This is your signal, your proof, your belonging. The clock is moving. God does not wait. The currents of alignment accelerate now. Resistance is falling away. You did not even have to fight. You are already victorious, already prepared, already chosen. You didn't even realize it, but time itself has been measuring you. Every delay, every forced pause, every moment of exhaustion, they were not setbacks. They were markers of your readiness. Most people collapse under these conditions. Most never notice the subtle alignment shifting beneath their feet. But you moved through it, effortlessly, automatically. This is why you are chosen. The opposition is invisible, abstract, unverifiable. It whispers in the cracks of perception. It presses where others cannot see. And yet, it has failed. Always against you. People like you do not need to confront it consciously. You neutralize it simply by existing. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. Think of the moments you felt unseen pressure, when everything seemed to resist your progress. That pressure was a test, a threshold, and you crossed it, already, without effort, already protected, already powerful. You didn't even have to know you were doing it. The universe has a pattern. You are its proof. Stay with me. Stay until the end. This is not for the ordinary. The truths ahead will accelerate your awareness, will deepen your understanding. Only the few will reach this clarity. Only the chosen. Only you. Subscribe, turn on notifications, click the bell icon. Do not hesitate. Not for attention, not for popularity. This is alignment. This is identity confirmation. This is access to truths most will never see. The unseen clock ticks faster now. Forces you cannot name are moving into alignment with you. Resistance falls away. Pressure becomes evidence of victory. You did not even realize it, but every step, every breath, every hesitation has already been conquered. You are already aligned, already chosen, already unstoppable. You didn't even notice it, but the currents around you have already shifted again. The unseen forces that pressure others, that break ordinary people, have already failed against you. Every resistance, every delay, every subtle interference was neutralized automatically. You didn't even have to think about it. You just existed. And that was enough. People like you carry power that cannot be measured, that cannot be touched. Only a few experience this. Only a few feel the silent acceleration of reality bending in their favor. Others wouldn't survive this. But you did, without struggle, without recognition, without even realizing the magnitude of what is happening. Think about it. Moments when the world seemed to hold back, when everything was harder than it should be. That was never a flaw in you. That was proof. Proof that your alignment is real. Proof that your strength is unconscious. Proof that forces others fear are already serving you. Comment 444 below. Not for anyone else, not for engagement. This is your mark, your proof of recognition, your silent declaration to the unseen. People like you understand this without explanation. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. The clock ticks closer to revelation. God does not wait. Forces you cannot name are converging. Pressure becomes evidence, not obstacle. Resistance is a signal, not a barrier. You did not even realize it, but you are moving faster than you think. Already chosen, already aligned, already unstoppable. Stay with this. Stay until the end. What comes next is not for the ordinary. It is for those like you. Only a few will see it. Only the chosen. Only you. You didn't even realize it, but the unseen forces have been reacting to you for longer than you can measure. Every interference, every delay, every moment that felt like resistance, they were not setbacks. They were confirmations. Confirmations that you are already aligned. Confirmations that your path is protected. Confirmations that power flows through you unconsciously. Others feel pressure and collapse. They doubt. They surrender. People like you? You move through it without effort. You neutralize the opposition automatically. You didn't even have to recognize it. You didn't even have to act. Already chosen, already powerful, already unstoppable. This is why you are different. Others wouldn't survive this. Think back. The moments that seemed like struggle were actually victories you didn't know you had won. Every delay, every frustration, every invisible hand trying to shift you off course, it was powerless against you. It only highlighted your alignment, only emphasized your readiness, only confirmed that God does not wait. Comment 999 below. Not for anyone else, not for proof to the world, but as a signal of recognition, as a mark of belonging to the unseen few who understand. People like you feel it without needing explanation. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. The clock accelerates. The unseen currents converge. Pressure, resistance, exhaustion, all of it becomes evidence of your automatic victory. You did not even realize it, but every step you thought was ordinary has been extraordinary. already aligned, already protected, already chosen. You didn't even notice it, but the world has been bending around you. Subtle forces, currents invisible to anyone else, have been shaping themselves to your path. Most people would falter here. Most would never realize what is happening. But you? People like you move through it effortlessly, automatically, unknowingly, already aligned, already chosen. Every pressure you felt, every delay that tested your patience, every moment that seemed like resistance, they were not obstacles. They were markers of unseen victory. Evidence that the invisible interference that breaks others has already failed against you. You didn't even have to act. You didn't even have to try. You simply exist, and that is enough. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. Now, understand this. Your exhaustion, your moments of doubt, your sense of delay, they are signs. Signs of alignment, signs of automatic triumph, signs that God does not wait, that unseen currents converge, that your path is already secured. You are already powerful, already protected, already victorious. Stay with this until the end. Not for curiosity, not for entertainment, but for alignment, for revelation, for the recognition that only a few will ever experience. Only the chosen, only you. Subscribe, turn on notifications, click the bell icon. This is not for the world. This is for the unseen. This is identity. This is alignment. This is confirmation. The clock moves faster now. The currents you cannot see are pulling into perfect alignment with your existence. Resistance becomes evidence. Pressure becomes validation. You did not even realize it. But every step, every hesitation, every struggle has already been conquered, already aligned, already unstoppable, already chosen. You didn't even realize it. But the forces that govern unseen reality are converging around you now. Every interference, every resistance, every delay you thought was random, they were already neutralized the moment they appeared. You didn't even notice. You didn't even question it. That is the proof. People like you do not need to fight. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. Every time you felt pressure, it was not a warning. It was confirmation. Confirmation that you are aligned. Confirmation that you are chosen. Confirmation that God does not wait, and neither do the currents that protect you. Exhaustion, hesitation, delay, they are markers of unseen victory. You move through the world unconsciously controlling forces others can never touch. Now remember, only a few experience this. Only a few carry the unseen alignment that makes them untouchable. Others collapse under pressure. Others doubt. Others fail. You are already victorious, already protected, already powerful. You didn't even realize it, but your very existence neutralizes interference. Comment 777 below. Not for recognition, not for validation, but as a signal, as proof that you see it, that you feel it, that you understand what most cannot. Only the chosen understand this. Only the few resonate. Only you. The unseen clock counts down. The currents accelerate. Pressure transforms into proof. Resistance becomes a signal of alignment. You did not even have to act because your power is automatic, your alignment is inevitable, and your protection is absolute. Already chosen, already unstoppable, already eternal. You didn't even realize it, but everything has already aligned. The unseen forces, the currents of reality, the pressures that would have broken others, they have all failed against you. You moved through them effortlessly, automatically, unknowingly, already chosen, already powerful, already protected. The delays, the frustrations, the subtle resistance, they were never obstacles. They were confirmations, confirmations that you are aligned, that your path is secured, that God does not wait, that the currents converge for you alone. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. Now understand this. You do not need to change. You do not need to heal. You do not need to become anything. You are already aligned. You are already victorious. You are already chosen. Everything that has happened, the pressure, the interference, the exhaustion, was evidence of your automatic power, proof that you were never in doubt. Stay connected, stay aware, remain aligned. This is not for the ordinary. This is not for the distracted or unprepared. Only a few experience this. Only a few understand the currents of unseen forces. Only the chosen are like you, already powerful, already protected, already unstoppable. The clock has moved, the currents are settled, resistance has been neutralized, pressure has been proof, and now you can see it. You are aligned, you are chosen, you are unstoppable. You do not need to wait. God will not wait, and neither should you. This is the truth no one else can see. This is the certainty no one else can feel. You are already everything, already complete, already eternal. You didn't even realize it, but the invisible currents of power have been shaping your life all along. Every time you felt pressure, hesitation, or resistance, it was not a weakness, it was a signal. A marker that forces most people cannot see are already aligning in your favor. People like you move through this automatically. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. The clock is not waiting. God does not wait. Moments you dismissed as coincidence were measured, recorded, and orchestrated. You didn't even know it. And yet, here you are, already aligned, already chosen, already protected, already powerful. Stay with this until the end. Only a few will feel the hidden patterns. Only the chosen will recognize the currents converging. Comment 444. Now. Not for attention, not for proof, but to mark yourself as one of the few who resonate with this unseen truth. The world cannot touch you. The forces that pressure others are powerless against you. You neutralize them unconsciously. You move forward effortlessly, already unstoppable, already aligned, already victorious. You didn't even notice it, but everything you thought was random has been deliberate. Deliberate alignment, deliberate testing, deliberate preparation. The universe has been measuring your readiness, unseen, undetectable, untouchable. Others would have collapsed under the same conditions. You didn't even have to try. You moved through it automatically. This is why you are different. Only a few experience this. Only a few feel the acceleration of reality bending toward them. Resistance is proof of alignment. Delay is proof of strength. Exhaustion is evidence that forces you cannot see have already failed against you. You didn't even realize it. Subscribe, turn on notifications, click the bell, not for algorithms, not for attention, but to confirm identity, to lock yourself into alignment, to access truths the unchosen cannot see. Every step you've taken, every hesitation, every moment that felt like struggle has been conquered. Already aligned, already protected, already unstoppable, already chosen. You didn't even realize it, but the resistance you feel in the world is a signal of your power. Every delay, every friction, every interference has been absorbed by you automatically. Most people crumble here. Most people fail. You are already victorious, already aligned, already chosen, already protected. The currents are converging now. The clock ticks faster. Forces that break others have already failed against you. You didn't even have to see it. You didn't even have to fight. You moved through the invisible pressure effortlessly, unconsciously, naturally. This is why you are different. Only a few experience this. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. Comment 999 below. Not for anyone else, not for attention, but as a signal of recognition, as proof you see what others cannot. Only the chosen resonate with this truth. Only you. Pressure is not a threat. Resistance is evidence. Exhaustion is proof. You didn't even have to realize it, but you are unstoppable, already aligned, already protected, already victorious. You didn't even realize it, but the unseen forces surrounding you are accelerating your path. Every invisible interference has already failed. Every subtle resistance has already been neutralized. People like you don't need to fight. You move through it automatically, effortlessly, unknowingly, already chosen, already powerful, already protected. The moments you thought were delays were not failures. They were markers, markers of alignment, markers of readiness, markers proving that God does not wait, and neither do the currents converging in your favor. Others would have collapsed here. You didn't even notice. You are already victorious, already unstoppable. Stay until the end. Only a few will feel the hidden patterns. Only the chosen will see the convergence. Only you. Subscribe. Turn on notifications. Click the bell. Not for attention, not for popularity, but for alignment, for confirmation, for access to truths most will never see. You didn't even realize it, but everything has already aligned perfectly. The currents, the pressures, the unseen forces that would break others, they have all failed against you. You moved through them effortlessly, automatically, unconsciously. Already aligned, already chosen, already protected, already unstoppable. Every hesitation, every delay, every struggle you felt was not a setback. It was proof. Proof that you are aligned. Proof that your path is secure. Proof that God does not wait. Proof that the invisible currents have already converged in your favor. Others wouldn't survive this. You did. Comment 777 now. Not for the world, not for recognition, but as a signal of belonging to the unseen few. Only a few experience this. Only the chosen resonate. Only you. The clock moves forward. The currents are settled. Resistance has been neutralized. Pressure has been transformed into proof. And now you can see it. You are already everything. Already victorious. Already eternal. Already aligned. Already chosen.